Last time, Smooth J barely survived an Iron Man match, taking out Tommaso Ciampa with only a few seconds left on the clock for the U.S. Championship, and he ended up getting jumped after the match by a jealous Ciampa, and Mandy Rose came in and said, because Smooth J has injured ribs, he has to drop the U.S. title. What kind of bullshit is that? He's going back to the PC, and he's going to meet up with some jobber. I forget his name. Apparently, Smooth J is going up against Chase. Quite a battle here. I don't know how Smooth J is going to handle this vicious monster, this 5'8", 127-pound monster Chase. So Smooth J is just looking to get his feet wet a little bit, get some offense in, and hopefully take no damage to those ribs by Chase. He's giving some right hands to his former friend. And just as quickly as it started, Smooth J is going to lock in the $1 Million Dream. And in the biggest match of Chase's life, in front of no fans at the Performance Center, he taps out to Smooth J. Smooth J's on to bigger and better things now. On social media, Smooth J is giving an update to his fans. And of course, Tommaso Ciampa has to butt in and talk about how he's the greatest U.S. champion in history. You didn't seem like the greatest champion when you were tapping like a little bitch with 5 seconds left in the match, though, were you? I'm sorry for being so vulgar, folks, but Smooth J really has had an influence on me, teaching me that I just need to be my unfiltered self. Smooth J is on to his next stage in recovery. He's going to be taking on the Road Dogg Jesse James, one of the founding members of D-Generation X. We'll see how Smooth J's ribs hold up against a wrestler that's actually wrestled in front of more than 37 people like Chase has. Looks like Road Dogg is not holding back on those ribs at all with a big pump handle slam. And Smooth J, even in the PC, still shows that heart and kicks out. Knowing Smooth J like I do, he was not happy about getting that pump handle slam to his ribs. And that low blow right there confirms exactly how Smooth J is feeling. You want to go for Smooth J's ribs in training, Road Dogg Jesse James? Well, enjoy that weird stomach pain that you get when your balls are on fire from a huge low blow. Smooth J countering, and he's still able to get that Saito off even with his ribs sore. And Smooth J surprisingly goes for the pin, and maybe not so surprisingly, an old beat-up Road Dogg has nothing on Smooth J. Another victory, another check mark on his road to recovery. And let's check out social media. Smooth J is letting his adoring fans know that he's getting close to 100%. And Ciampa was talking shit, but it wasn't even worth reading. So Shawn Michaels is saying that Smooth J should take on Johnny Gargano. Smooth J knows Johnny Gargano well. I think he knows Candice LeRae even better, though, if you remember what happened with him on NXT. This match could definitely be a risk. You know that Gargano is not going to hold back on Smooth J's ribs after the beating and embarrassment that Smooth J dished out to Gargano. And it's also hard to trust Shawn Michaels as a Canadian. You screwed Brett. You screwed Brett. All right, let's go to this shitty bingo hall and see what's going on. And this is uncharted waters for Smooth J. He went from selling out stadiums as a pro football player to instantly selling out arenas as a pro wrestler. He has not performed in front of such few fans since maybe his Pee Wee football championship. And conversely, here comes Johnny Gargano, the prince of the bingo halls. Someone who is used to not putting asses in seats. Someone who is an expert at performing in front of less than 75 virgins. This is going to be a tough matchup for Smooth J here. And here we go, folks, in front of a raucous crowd of 57 toothless yokels. This bingo hall has never been this lit before because Smooth J is here. I don't know if they're going to be able to handle having a real famous person in this building. Someone who has a sexy body and is not afraid to use it against Johnny Gargano. Smooth J is looking much healthier than he did against Chase. And look at this. Tommaso Ciampa, of course, has to show up. Smooth J barely pays him any mind. That was a mistake as he eats whatever Ciampa's finishing move is called. He's not important enough to know that. Gargano's going for the cover. And Smooth J kicks out at 2. What a dirty move by Tommaso Ciampa. It's bad enough that Smooth J even has to show up to this shithole bingo hall, but now he's getting jumped in the middle of the match. This is ridiculous, but we know Smooth J has the heart of a champion. He's gonna bounce back. Big uppercut. And that famous Saito of his dumps Johnny Gargano on his head. Gargano with the counter though. With Smooth J's rib injury, plus the damage that just was done to him by Tommaso Ciampa, this may be a tough one for him. Gargano picks up Smooth J. Smooth J gets some space wisely. And with the dropkick, Smooth J hits the outside. Those fans better not touch him, I swear. They've never been around something so valuable in their entire life. And Gargano just stomps on Smooth J's ribs for the second time, and then a kick to the midsection for good measure. Smooth J, this was exactly what he was worrying about. He knew that Gargano was going to try to help out his buddy Ciampa and go for those ribs. And now Gargano locks in his finishing move. Smooth J's ribs are already compromised, and he's forced to tap out to Johnny Gargano. This has to be an embarrassing moment for Smooth J, considering the beatings that he gave Johnny Gargano in NXT when he was just a rookie in pro wrestling. But this just lets you know that those ribs are not anywhere near 100%. Smooth J's going to have his work cut out for him taking on Tommaso Ciampa. Speaking of Ciampa, Smooth J is chirping him on social media, and Ciampa responds saying he better stay at the Performance Center unless he wants some more broken ribs. I really don't think that Smooth J has any type of fear towards Tommaso Ciampa. We're going to find out very quickly how good Smooth J's ribs feel as they're going to go to war in a ladder match on Raw, and that's coming up next for you. Let's take you there now. What an icy reaction from the fans to Tommaso Ciampa. Clearly they were not a fan of his after-match attack on Smooth J after that great Iron Man contest. And they also must have not been fans of Tommaso showing up to that joke of a bingo hall and trying to jump Smooth J. But let's not spend another second talking about that joke of an indie show. We're on the big leagues now, baby. We're on Raw. It's Smooth J versus Tommaso Ciampa. The United States Championship belt is hanging from the rafters. And we're about to find out if Smooth J is the type of champion that I know he is. With broken ribs, is he going to be able to survive Tommaso Ciampa and win that United States Championship belt? I can't wait to find out. Tommaso with a nice leg whip counter. Smooth J still has those ribs heavily bandaged, and Tommaso's going under the ring. Smooth J goes for a suicide dive, and that was a suicide mission because he put himself right in position for Tommaso Ciampa to blast him with chair shots. This is a horrible start to this match. Smooth J quickly counters, a big chop, and he Irish whips Tommaso Ciampa back into the ring to get this match going again. This has been a rough start for Smooth J, but we've seen him come back from crazy odds before. He has the heart of a lion, and he's going to need every last ounce of that to win this match tonight. Big brain buster by Smooth J. He's starting to slowly gain control back into this match. He wants Ciampa to get his bald head ass up so we can dump him right back on his head. Using those lucha libre moves. And interesting, the crowd is not entirely booing him, showing off his body. I guess when you're going up against someone as unlikable as Tommaso Ciampa, the crowd's on your side a little bit more. Smooth J from the top rope, and the ring rust is showing as he entirely misses Tommaso Ciampa. He locks in that $1 million dream. No, he's going for that suplex. The ladder is set up in the middle of the ring. Big German suplex by Smooth J. Could he start climbing the ladder? No, he wants to show off that body some more. And who can blame him? 0.001% body fat. Bar none, the sexiest body in the WWE since one of his idols, ravishing Rick Rude. Smooth J picks up Ciampa. Irish whip to the outside. Smooth J takes off the top turnbuckle. And look at this. Posing that sexy body and showing off that luscious blonde hair. And the crowd is surprisingly soaking it up a little bit. Is Smooth J becoming a fan favorite on Raw right in front of our eyes? Or are they just cheering because his name is not Tommaso Ciampa? It's hard to know at this point. But I know I'm a big fan of Smooth J. I think he is the best wrestler in this business, bar none. Ciampa's going for the title. What's Smooth J doing? Oh, there we go. Smooth J starting to throw those punches. And the fans are happy to see Tommaso Ciampa get his chance thwarted by Smooth J. Oh, Smooth J setting him up. Powerbomb off the ladder. And one more time, let's take a look at that 8-pack. And right back to the outside we go. Now it's Smooth J's turn to look under that ring. What is he gonna pull out? Nothing this time. Ciampa with the nice counter. This looks dangerous. Oh, that has to hurt Smooth J's ribs. There is very little padding on the outside of the ring. And Ciampa throws Smooth J right back in there. Doesn't even give him a second to recover. Big right hand drops Smooth J back to the mat. And Ciampa goes back to that trusty steel chair of his. Brainbuster by Smooth J, and he was just inches away from dropping Ciampa right on that steel chair. Oh, look at that shooting star. What an athlete that Smooth J is. This has been a back and forth match so far, folks, and Ciampa's going back to get that title. Smooth J with the kip up to not let it happen. Oh, and finally Ciampa gets knocked off of that ladder. And Smooth J with the Irish whip, and Ciampa goes sternum first into that exposed turnbuckle. That's about the only comparison Ciampa has to Bret Hart, is taking that bump that way. Smooth J, to the delight of the crowd, takes out a table. I really hope Ciampa gets put through that. Smooth J sets up the table, but look, Ciampa's going back for that title. Smooth J got distracted. The crowd clearly does not want Ciampa to win, and Smooth J brings them back down to reality and back down to the mat. Ciampa still has fight though with that kick to the midsection, and he's going right back to that steel chair. But Smooth J is not going to eat any more of those shots. He's not letting it happen anymore. Saito by Smooth J drops Tommaso Ciampa. Smooth J picks up that ladder. Attacks Tommaso Ciampa with it. Now he sets it up. Smooth J doing here? He's going to the top rope for what though? Blockbuster that knocks the ladder off. Smooth J goes for the moonsault, but once again that ring rust is rearing its ugly head. He's clearly not on top of his game here. Brainbuster to Tommaso Ciampa. Smooth J goes to the outside. He wants that ladder back in the ring. And Tommaso Ciampa goes to the outside as well. He looks like he's going to bring in his ladder. We got two ladders in the ring, folks. It's about to get crazy in here. Oh, what is Tommaso Ciampa going for? Oh, that has to feel horrible on Smooth J's ribs. But he's able to just fight out of instinct and give himself a couple seconds to breathe here. Spine buster, and Tommaso Ciampa's neck hit the corner of that steel chair. His neck has been surgically repaired. We'll have to pay attention to that. Smooth J climbs the ladder for the first time in this match. And Ciampa's going to climb on the other side. Smack Smooth J's head off the ladder and knock Smooth J to the ground. But as Smooth J falls, the ladder gets knocked over as well. Lucky break by Smooth J. And here comes that finishing move by Tommaso Ciampa once again. Smooth J is in trouble here. He's not moving an inch, and Tommaso set up the ladder perfectly. No, it can't end like this. Clip by clip, Tommaso Ciampa is getting that title free, and Smooth J comes in time to knock the ladder out of the way and powerbomb Ciampa right on that ladder. What a match we've had so far, and we are nowhere near finished, folks. Ciampa with the Irish whip, and they awkwardly bump into each other. Smooth J with the kip up, and that perfect fisherman suplex once again. What is Smooth J doing with the ladder? He goes to hit Ciampa, but Ciampa counters. And then Ciampa blasts Smooth J right in the face. And yet another kip up by Smooth J. He must be in agony with his ribs. But he's fighting like an absolute madman. And I love it. And Smooth J just cracked Ciampa with the ladder right off the side of his head. And now Smooth J turns the ladder. And he goes for the climb. Ciampa goes for the big forearm in the back. And Smooth J crashes to the mat. And another kip up. Smooth J is not selling anything in this match. And Ciampa sends him right back to the ground. Oh, what does Ciampa have here? Oh, a knee right to the side of Smooth J's head. And luckily the ladder got taken out too, or else Ciampa may be at the top of that ladder, taking that title down right now. Smooth J is glitched in between the ladder. He might not be able to get out. And with the kip up, he somehow finds it in himself to get up that ladder and feed Ciampa right to the body until he lets go of that title. And a big chop sends Ciampa sprawling, and Smooth J falls off the ladder, right onto the ladder. And clearly he watched some Shawn Michaels tape before this match, because he has been obsessed with doing kip-ups. Smooth J, third time's the charm, and he cracks Tommaso Ciampa with that ladder once again. Smooth J climbs the ladder. Is he even in position to reach for the title? He is. Ciampa's trying to grab for him. And instead he chooses to just knock the ladder over, sending Smooth J sprawling to the mat. Oh, not again. Oh, another shot to Smooth J's ribs. And Ciampa's nowhere near done. Smooth J's in position for a huge knee to the side of his head. Smooth J is out. He is not moving. Ciampa's wasting precious time trying to set this ladder up. And the crowd is showing exactly how they feel about Tommaso Ciampa. Finally, the ladder's set up. Ciampa slowly climbs that ladder. Smooth J somehow has it in him to speed up the ladder. And oh my God. No, he's not going to do this right now. Smooth J throws caution to the wind and sends Tommaso Ciampa and sends the crowd into a frenzy. This is absolute insanity. Smooth J reaches for the title. What a match and what a performance by Smooth J, winning the United States Championship and another Match of the Year candidate. Smooth J is on fire in the WWE right now. Broken ribs can't slow him down. Tommaso Ciampa can't slow him down. There is nobody in this business that's going to be able to stop Smooth J from getting to the top. What an incredible match. I'm so honored that I was able to call it. And what's this? Mandy Rose on social media is talking about Smooth J already defending his title and against Mace. I can speak for Smooth J when I say, nah, we're good on that one. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to Big Dogs Gaming, and we'll catch you next time.